Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Monday and it is time for another wrestling review. New Japan Strong today. That's right. We are still covering New Japan, but New Japan Strong, they had their Royal Quest, which is a crossover show with RevPro and New Japan Strong and all other kinds of goodies. So this year they actually aired it on the night of. So we were actually able to watch it. With me once again, who obviously watched the show, is Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything in between. We got a whole bunch of reviews out there for you. There's the Saturday Night Live movie review coming out. We'll probably have Venom coming out in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm probably go watch those because like nobody else did.
And we'll probably have our Agatha review as well.
Yeah,
So make sure you tune in for those. So with that, once again, we're talking about New Japan crossing over with RevPro on their fourth annual Royal Quest 4, that is. Match started off with with some guys we haven't seen in a while. Youngblood versus Greedy Souls. Youngblood members Yuto Nakashima, which is our boy Ichiban Meat Boy, and Oscar Lube.
yeah,
Lube's draped in gold now.
yeah. Well, he's just wearing all the belts.
Yeah, but still, good for our
Yeah,
boy,
good for
man.
them. Good for them.
He changed his look up a little bit. He seems to have more of a character happening now.
Also, I didn't know that his name is not even Lube.
What is it?
It's like Oscar Loib or something.
Luib.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
So she,
it's the German pronunciation is weird.
I'm gonna call him Lube. So
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
Diddy's lube?
Yeah, 10,000 bottles.
10,000 bottles. But I mean, this was the only pre-show match, but this was a good match. I got a little excited to see Oscar
Yeah,
again.
it's fine. I gotta knock a few points. The
Mhm.
presentation wasn't very good of this
No,
just event.
I mean,
And
Rev Pro never really had top-notch presentation.
yeah, but I always thought that too. Like that was my thought process, but this is a New Japan show now. It's owned like it's New Japan's
Okay,
pay-per-view. Like AEW is like really Forbidden Door and then it's just
yeah.
New Japan's part of it. Um, but dude, that the announcer girl drive me nuts,
Oh, she
bro.
was way too loud yelling into the
She was
microphone.
fucking screaming at the top of her lungs,
Yeah,
and it was like the reverb from the speakers. Like I had to turn the volume off every time she
it's a
talked.
small arena. You do not need to yell into the microphone. That's what it's for.
It was fucked up. It was like
Yeah,
the one of the craziest things I've ever heard
yeah.
in wrestling.
It's pretty loud, pretty loud. But the young blood wins, so it's good for our boy Oscar and Nakashima there.
Yeah.
They should. All right. So with that, we'll start off with our first match of the evening. It's a group called CPF, Joe Lando and Danny Black against Taiji Ishimori and a mystery partner. And the mystery partner is, I guess, the newest member of Bullet Club, Robbie
Yeah.
X. So he is officially a part of the member of the
Yeah.
Bullet Club, but
So
not War Dogs. He's Bullet Club. They're
Bullet Club.
different.
Yeah.
It's a
I
sub.
feel like they're doing it on purpose to like build up to some point to a feud between like they're trying to make sure there's enough people in the regular Bullet Club
To feud with
with
because right now you got what?
David Spade.
You got Kenta, you got because Kenta's not War Dogs, it's Kenta, you got Ishimori, you got Fale, now Robbie X, Chase. Where's Chase? I haven't seen Chase
Yeah,
Owens in a
Chase
while.
Owens, that's it.
Okay. Okay.
I think if they
Hmm.
do that storyline, I know this is highly speculative and nothing to do with this show,
Yeah.
but they're gonna be like, "We Jay White, we need you back," and Jay White's gonna go there and help the original Bullet
And help
Club
the
beat,
original Bullet Club. Okay.
because then that technically he's beating Gato, who's the one that screwed him over in the first place.
That's true. Yeah. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Yeah, so I mean this was a fine match for what it was. I mean, I'm not really.
Read with the switchblade.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Um,
this match was good actually.
yeah.
Um, the English wrestlers are really have a good. There's two styles of English wrestling. There's I'm gonna
Hmm.
lie down on the floor and put you in 72 leg holds,
Right.
and you'll fall asleep probably, but it's gonna be a decent match. And then we're gonna fly around and do flippy doos. This
This
was the
is
flippy
the
doos.
flippy doos, yeah.
But there's just this general rawness of Rev Pro where as good as the match was, as much like cool stuff that they did, it
Hmm.
doesn't feel polished at all. Like it feels like I'm watching an indie show.
It's the presentation. I think it's the camera presentation because we'll talk about we got a special review for you guys tomorrow night, and we'll let you know at the end of the show what that's going to be. But that was very polished, super clean.
Yeah, but it had that stupid TNA look to it.
Yes,
where it's like not HD enough. Spoilers.
Yes. But so with that, Bullet Club go over. Next, we got Azumi and Danny Luna against Mina Shirakawa and Kanji.
I didn't really like this match.
No, I
I
mean I like
thought
Danny Luna in this match, but I think
I don't know, like what the girl that was on Shirakawa's team was
Kanji.
she showed like a couple flashes of like you have
Hmm.
something, but like she's still too raw. And
Yeah,
like I know this that what the show basically is, right? But Shirakawa was head and shoulders above everybody, which is
yeah.
crazy because Izumi's a good wrestler.
Hmm. And Danny Luna's still pretty young too. She's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she's only
I
like
mean, well,
25.
but I'm saying that there's two like established wrestlers on one side
Hmm.
and then Mina Shirakawa and an unknown on the other side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like Mina out did better than both of those other
No,
two on the other
yeah.
side.
But yeah, it wasn't the
It
greatest of
wasn't
matches.
bad, but I didn't
No.
like it.
Yeah.
Like from a personal standpoint, I found it like there was no story, there's nothing here. It's just this match exists, which is
Yeah.
something that we're gonna get into on our
Yeah.
other review.
So before the next match starts, we get a promo by the Grizzled Young Vets. Grizzled Young Vets throw out a challenge to whoever wins tonight between DMDK and Tanahashi and Ishii. It's going to be for the strong openweight belts.
So, do you think? Wait, how can they face him for the open weight belt?
They're champs on both.
Oh,
That's why they said whoever
shoot.
wins this match.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the trios belts. I was like, how are they going to
Yeah,
fight for the trios belts if they only have
two guys.
two guys? Anyway, anywho,
Yeah.
um, are Grizzled Young Vets signed to AEW or are
I
they just
think Grizzled
freelance?
Young Vets are just like indies, like freelancers. They're making their money doing freelance work.
Good for them.
So, I mean, they're a good team.
Yeah, they're relatively one of the better teams nowadays, I would say.
Yeah. One
They
of the
really elevated. They weren't even bad in WWE, but they
No,
really
they
elevated
just
once they
were
left.
booked wrong.
Yeah, and I think it hurt them because their wrestling skill was there.
Yeah. But Timmy's on it. He'll let you know in a second. Timmy, they're currently performing for, but not under exclusive contract too.
Okay.
So there you go. Thank you, Timmy. So with that, we'll go into another Ichiban. We got Ichiban Sweet Boy, Koze Fujita against Michael Oku.
Michael Oak was really good.
Yeah, and he's young too, isn't he? He's like 21 or something like that.
You think so? But
31.
like
Okay. No,
surprisingly
no.
good.
Yeah, he's really good.
We saw him before
Yeah, the
in
last Royal Quest too.
that's for request. Yeah, he's this was a pretty good match. We don't really get to see Fujita do his thing.
No, he's usually hidden in a tag or a trios
Yeah,
match. He's never really, and it was fun to see Kujita just do his own thing.
yeah, it was nice. I actually really liked this match.
Yeah, same here. It was good, but didn't really, like I said, this was more of a pitting one company versus the other kind of thing more
Yeah,
than
yeah.
anything. Not really in terms of like building feuds or anything like that. But in the end, Fujita does get the win in a decent match. So with that, we got Yota Tsuji against Drilla Maloney, another random singles match.
But this was really good.
Hmm.
Like really good.
Maloney, we forgot how good Maloney can be as a singles competitor.
Yeah, phony baloney. He's really good. I mean, and we liked him that the match we saw him when he was with RevPro,
Hmm. Last year before he
before
joined
he got
both.
signed.
Yeah,
He was really good.
yeah. So
Did he fight for the championship?
no, I don't think it was for the championship.
No,
Last
right?
year's Royal Quest, right?
Yeah.
Timmy's on it. Timmy, what would I do without you? No, last year it was
Oh, that's when he turned into the War Dogs.
mhm, yeah, that's when he turned. Yeah. Last year was Osprey versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the United Kingdom Heavyweight Championship at the time.
Hmm.
Yeah. That was already a year ago, eh? Jeez.
That's crazy.
But in the end, Suji does get the win. This was fine. I enjoyed this match. Suji always seems to win when it doesn't matter.
Yeah, his not that he's bad. This will don't take it this way, but
No,
his
no, Suji's
stats are
great.
very padded.
Hmm.
They're all like his win-loss record is good, but it's because he wins all these no-name matches.
Hmm.
And
But when it
then
comes to the big matches, he can't
yeah.
seem to.
But
to pull
this
the
doesn't
trigger.
hurt Maloney because Maloney is considered like a tag wrestler. So him
Hmm.
losing a singles match is like irrelevant.
Yeah, this meant more for Suji than anything. Suji wins. So your next match, another random match, Shota Umino versus Caleb Newman. They had
Yeah.
to put another British guy in there.
Yeah, I started to catch the drift. I didn't look at the card before. I mean, I think
Hmm.
we went over it at one point, but I don't remember.
But every
Um,
match had a New Japan guy versus a not necessarily a RevPro guy, but a British person.
yeah, for the most part, except for
Yeah.
the Australians in the
Well,
tag
no,
match.
because technically Gato is, or sorry, David Finley's Irish, right?
All
Technically,
right, we'll allow it. Anyways,
but we'll talk about that
um,
after.
what the hell was I talking about?
Umino versus Caleb Newman.
I thought Umino was really good,
Hmm.
and Caleb Newman surprised me, but like I still don't want to watch Newman
Caleb Newman.
wrestle.
Yeah. They seem to be putting all of Osprey's moves onto Caleb Newman, like the Oz Cutter, the Hidden Blade. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, but if you see what they talked about before Osprey left, he was like Osprey handpicked him. He was like it's
Yeah.
like his protege.
Yeah. He's gonna take my place, basically, kind of thing.
But like he's not bad or anything. I'm just not their fan, and they really like him in New Japan. Like he's
Hmm.
really getting a push. He's constantly in like weird positions. That's like, why are you here?
Yeah. They want. I think maybe they want Newman to be their next Gaijin star.
I mean, it could be, and when Zack Sabre Jr. is done.
Yeah. But they got the Loopster.
Yeah, exactly.
They got the Loopster.
You also
But
have the other guy. What's his name? The guy that's the trios champion with what's his face and what's his
Bolton.
face? Bolton Oleg.
Bolton Oleg or Oleg Bolton depends on what you.
Yeah.
But Umino does win. I wasn't expecting Caleb to win this match. And again, Umino wins a match when it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but that's like the same thing, right? And
It's
not to
he's in
say
the
that he's
same position
bad.
as Yoda Tsuji. Yeah.
It seems like the only ones they're concerned about doing anything is Yuya and
Hmm.
now
Narita.
Oiwa.
Yeah, and Narita too. They just gave Narita the TV
Yeah.
belt, right? So
And Narita has never that's the thing, right? We talk a lot about like how Sho never got like really what he deserved that much.
hmm.
I mean, he was a big name.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, House of Torture is always in the main story of what's
Yeah,
happening.
they're always in the main picture. They're always involved somehow.
Isn't it crazy? And like we're always talking like no, they have their thing, right? Like
Yeah.
Ren Narita's always around.
Yeah. Same thing with Show. Show is always part of the junior heavyweight
That's what
picture.
I'm saying. They're always showing up and causing shenanigans. They're always
Yeah.
part of some storyline. They never
Yeah.
get like where Goto's like, yeah, if we don't need you to win a belt, you're just gonna sit over there and wait.
And wait.
Legend.
Yeah. But like I said, Shota Umino wins. So our next match, I couldn't really understand what was happening here because the microphones weren't the greatest. But it was Taka Michinoku versus Finley because Finley didn't want to face him or something.
Um, no, Gato.
Gato, right.
He had to beat Gato to get
To face Finley.
to
Okay.
face Finley.
Which he did. He beat Gato
And you want to
and
know something?
mm,
Extremely stiff body aside, Taka's still pretty good.
he's still pretty agile. Yeah.
Like it was a pretty good match
Yeah.
for
It
what it
wasn't
was.
for yeah, I mean it was a Gato match. Gato, I don't know if he can like if he still has it in him, right? But Taka's what? Taka's 50 at least, right?
Taka's 55, I think. You want to Google
Timmy.
it?
Timmy. Timmy, just let me know. Taka just turned 51.
There you go.
It's his birthday on the day of this recording.
Oh, happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday to Taka Michinoku.
Indeed.
Indeed. Oh,
I was hoping,
please don't put him with Julia and
dude, I was hoping so much that when he picked up the mic, Taka was just gonna go,
Indeed.
indeed. Even though it wasn't him that said it,
It
but
was Dick to go.
was it Dick to go? I thought it was
Oh,
Fukunaki.
Funaki. It was, but I mean, the group was.
Fukunaki, what the fuck did I say?
I think the original group was Dick to go, Takamichinoku, and Funaki.
And one other guy.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
no, not Tanaka. Was it
it was
Tanaka?
it could have been. It was somebody decently like popular.
Yeah. A legend in Japanese wrestling for sure, whoever he was.
And fucking Dick Togo.
Dick to go, eh?
Dick Togo's always in the picture. Like, why keep this guy
Yes.
off my TV?
And his famous dick to dick contact.
But I love that they've made these jokes.
What, the dick to dick?
Because like I don't think that on the Japanese commentary they say stuff like that.
No.
Not because they're not like saying they're being polite. I just feel
Right.
like they're not calling the call like that.
Nah.
Stick
But
to dick contact.
dick to dick contact. Oh, he was wrestled with the great Sasuke. Okay. But so in the end, though, David Finlay does get it. Taka does get the match with David Finlay, and David Finlay beats him in like a minute or something like that.
Yeah, I mean it was good. I
It
don't
is
mind
what it
it.
is.
It is what it is.
And David Finlay can just say he beat another legend now, right?
Yeah.
So, with that, we're getting Lij, Naito, Takahashi, and Titan. Finally, we get to see Titan again against Roy Oiwa, your boy Robbie Eagles, and Mascarada Dorada.
Surprisingly, like you know how I feel about random trios matches. It
Hmm.
was really good.
Yeah. But one thing after losing the belt, I paid very close attention to how they not treated, but how they positioned Naito in this match.
Yeah,
I think Naito's poised for his retirement run.
I could be because I do know that. Well, they're definitely babying him, but I
Hmm.
think it might be truly because he's injured and he just they don't want to not put him on TV and
Yeah.
he wants to be around still, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's doing the shirt thing again.
Yes, he's wrestling with the shirt. When he's
That
wrestling with the
and that
shirt,
means he's not trying.
that mean exactly.
Like
When
they
he does
talked about
his
it even.
yes, when he does this that and when he does the silly stuff in the ring, he's not trying.
Yeah. It's
But
I mean, you have to have him. It's one of those things where
yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I want Tanahashi to retire from in-ring wrestling. I
Hmm.
mean, mind you, he's only like 45, isn't he?
Tanahashi's I think my age, 47.
Yeah, so like I wouldn't mind if he could show up here and there to for
Sporadic
something,
appearances.
but
I'm
the
totally
problem
fine
is
with
his
that.
body can't do it.
No.
Like if
If you're
he
gonna
took
put
better
like
care,
put him in like bring him in as a special guest in a trios match or something, like a special partner or
yeah,
something.
like I Wrestle Kingdom, you have him show up just like you
Yeah.
always have Suzuki and Nagata and those guys always come, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it you got to have Naito around. Like
Yeah.
without him, I do feel like there's a storyline coming where Lij is gonna kick him out.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's coming. Okay. But Lij does get the win. I think Titan is the one who gets the pin on this. So
Yeah, Titan was really good in this match.
yeah, we don't get enough of Titan in
He's
New
so
Japan.
good.
He's still doing the Mexico thing, right? Like
Like, do you
that's
remember
why.
how good he was against Watto in the fucking juniors tournament?
Well, even 2 years ago when Titan and what's his name, the other guy, mask guy, and
Desperado?
Bushi.
Oh, Bushi.
Bushi. Remember Titan and Bushi were a junior tag for a while, and they were like amazing.
Yeah, that was they were good. I think aren't they in this year's tournament
I
together?
think so. Yeah, I haven't really checked this year's tournament much
It would be
yet.
nice for them to win because it's like
Yeah.
give Bushi some shine. Like he's someone that's there every day putting in work and like he
Hmm.
gets nothing for it.
Yeah.
Like he just exists. I'm sure buying all those masks is not cheap.
It's not cheap, right? Unless he makes them himself.
I mean, that's possible.
But LIJ wins. So we're going to go into our co-main event of the night. It's a tag team match for the Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships. TMDK versus Hiroshi Tanahashi and Tomohiro Ishii. My first thought was when this match started, is Tanahashi going to go on this retirement run and win all the belts to have all the belts at the end?
They pretty much had me convinced here
Yeah.
that that was gonna happen, and I was like, because he's never won that belt,
Yep.
and like, no, please just don't. Um,
He's going to beat Gabe Kidd.
okay, three out of the four people in the ring were really good, but I
Hmm.
think they did a good job at hiding Tanahashi's weakness.
Yeah.
You could tell where he's really bad is
The knees.
once he's on his back on the ground, he can't like move around. He has to like
No, he does
flop
the
his
roll.
body.
He has to do the roll to stand up.
Yeah,
Where he before, didn't he used to be able to do the kip ups before?
yeah. But like you could see it. Like once he hits
Yeah.
the ground, he like really his whole body goes stiff and he like can't get off the
Hmm.
ground.
Yeah, he has
Literally
to do
has to
the old
roll.
man thing where he has to roll to his side to get
Yeah.
up. But and don't get us wrong, like we love Tanahashi. The guy's a legend. Like, I mean, but there comes a time in every person's career where you have to know when to give it up. And good on him for realizing this and like going on this retirement tour.
Yeah, and like his body still works. Okay, but I'm gonna say this about somebody else. His body still works, but he's starting to slow down a lot, even though the matches are still pretty decent. I think Chris Jericho's getting close.
Yeah,
Like he still can put on a good match, but you could see it like he's doing that like the last like couple months he's starting to have trouble getting up off the mat.
doing the kip ups. Yeah,
Yeah.
he can't do the lion salt anymore. But but him and Swerve Strickland singing Rage Against the Machine, that was pretty
Yeah, that
awesome.
was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. But in the end, though, surprisingly, I say surprisingly, but TMDK does get the win, as it should be. Like
I was
TMDK
worried,
needs. You were?
genuinely worried. There was a few moments when I was like, you know how in a Tanahashi match, there's like this weird little run they go on, and you're like, oh no, he's gonna win the fucking match.
Yep.
It happened like 3 times.
Yeah. I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna be the one to beat Gabe Kidd.
Maybe. I
But
wouldn't have mind if Ishii won these belts because I'm
yeah.
all for giving him more credit.
But yeah. But I mean, Tanahashi, and we know he won't be winning a belt at Wrestle Kingdom because they announced his first match on his retirement tour.
What is it?
Evil.
Why? Why
That
would it
was,
be evil? Why wouldn't it be like Jun Akiyama?
I don't know. It's evil. I guess they're starting us off light.
Why wouldn't it be like fucking Nagata or fucking the other guy with the bread
Satoshi
man?
Kojima or
Yeah, like what the fuck are we doing here? Suzuki?
nope. We're getting Tanahashi versus Evil. They're starting us off. They're easing us in with this.
This is not easing in. This is like we don't care at all. Here's your booking.
Oh boy. But yeah, so we'll go into our main event of the night. Sonata versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't I don't want to pretend like I this match wasn't good, but I
Mhm.
didn't enjoy watching it. It
Yeah,
was
Sonata
really
feels to
boring.
me, Sonata feels like he lost a step.
Yeah, and they kind of told us they're kind of like on the announce team, whatever you
Hmm.
want to call them, commentators.
At least it wasn't Veda Scott.
Yeah, they no, they were good.
Yeah,
But they did it in a way that like they're trying to like signal to you that something's wrong with Sonata.
yeah,
Like they want like I think it might be a storyline that he just can't win or something.
yeah.
Now it's in his head.
No, it's yeah. But they did that already when he was with LAJ.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do that again.
Yes, but I mean, it wasn't the best match, but I mean, at least now Zach and winner Zach is your winner in this as anyway because they weren't going to take after all this build up, they're not going to take the belt off of him right away. But now Zach can put that little notch saying I beat Sonata too.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not because not that Sonata's bad. Sonata is very good.
Yep,
Sonata's still like in like
he's
the
still in his prime.
still in his prime. He's still a good wrestler, but I feel like his push was an attempt to replace Okada because they were worried with that because Okada was leaving.
Yeah,
So they just abruptly said, well, "This is the guy. Just do it," and
right.
then realized that he's not really the guy, and now they don't know what to do with him.
Well, Sonata, I think Sonata is move him to the mid card, move him in the global heavyweight championship picture. Let him
Yeah,
stay in
let him
there.
beat David Finlay.
Yeah, then have him go on like a wicked tag team run or something.
Yeah, get him back together. Who was he with? Was it Taichi?
Yeah,
Was it? Yeah.
yeah.
No, was it?
I think it was before. That's why they recruited him into five guys.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
right.
But I mean, yeah, Zach is your winner, just like Carlos Sainz just won the race. So another one for Ferrari.
Wow.
Back-to-back Ferrari wins. So I'm happy with that. But this is not Formula One hour. This is our wrestling reviews. So all in all, this was a decent show. Not as good as last year's. Last year's was pretty good.
Yeah, but this was still good. I think.
Yeah.
Like there,
It's
there's
still a
only
mid sevens for me.
yeah. The only match I would say I didn't like was the women's tag match.
Yeah.
Like, because even the main event was good, but it was just like uh, it didn't feel like the
Organic.
match that we deserved.
Yeah. Because it was also a short build-up for it too, right?
And Zack Sabre Jr. needs really specific people to work with to have like a really
And
well made
that's why.
match.
But I mean, Sonata in a way does work because Sonata can play that technical aspect of the
That's
match
true.
too,
That's
right?
true. He can put you
So
in a paradise lock.
exactly. Exactly. So with that, what would you score the show?
7-5.
Yeah, I'm a little lower than that. I'm a 7.3. But I mean, don't get me wrong, that's still a good score, 7.3. It's
Yeah,
just,
I think it was just generally an entertaining show.
yeah. So, with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to be reviewing, but not a full review. We're going to be talking about MLP's first ever show, Forged in Excellence. We're going to talk about both nights. We're going to not really talk match by match breakdowns, but we're just going to talk about what we liked and what we didn't like and where we see MLP going. There's a reason why they're called MLP and not Maple Leaf Wrestling anymore because they don't own the rights to the acronym MLW.
Yeah.
So that's why it's Maple Leaf Pro. So, with that out of the way, thanks again for joining us. So, tune in tomorrow for that. And in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.